So we just got a call that we got our sofa. That's the sofa?
We'll see if it's a sofa. I think it's a table.
I don't know if it's a table, but
Sofa way.
let's get it out and see what it looks like.
I think we're gonna lay this in plastic.
Kind of like in the 70s.
Exactly.
Like your grandma back then, remember?
Oh yeah, everybody.
All right, so the putting together of this sofa, first of all, I didn't know we were gonna have to put it together, but here's all the pieces. And there's Chucky and J-Mo. You guys, we have our work cut out for us.
Start the timer now. Let's see.
What do you think?
Oh, I'm excited. Let's sit down.
Did you sit down? You're excited to sit down. You guys, this move has been so exciting for us, and we're having a lot of fun decorating this little apartment. As you guys will continue to see when the furniture arrived, putting the furniture together, and I really hope to get to the entertaining part, because if you know me, you know that I love to entertain, and I also love to set a table. Right now, we already set up our little dining set right here in our apartment, and it's turning out really cute. I cannot wait for you to see. But before we do that, I want to share with you what our little dining room looked like in our house in San Diego, all set up for entertaining. Okay, you guys, so we've arrived in our dining room, and I love this space. We spend a whole bunch of time in this space. This is not only our dining room where we entertain people when they come over, but this is also our office. We spend a lot of time in this table doing our work, and we're so fortunate that we both have a stay-at-home job, and so we use this also as an office. But there's a few things that I want to mention right here. All of this artwork, as Jamison mentioned to you before, was found either at a thrift store, a garage sale, or a consignment store. It takes a few years to put together a gallery wall like this, but I love the way this looks. I don't know if you remember this. I explained to you during Christmas. It was my grandmother's picture, and it went really well with the theme for Christmas, so she gave it to us. Now, I also want to mention this lamp right here, which is a Waterford lamp. I found this at Goodwill, you guys. I just went ahead and bought a beautiful shade at home, and I just love the way this lamp looks. I'm never gonna get rid of it as long as I have it, or if it breaks. Then over here, I have a little collection of blue and white pottery that goes well with the blue and white pottery that I have on my entryway table, on my cocktail table, and then also on the side table. Those are the little details that you can bring together into your home to make your home look very cohesive. Now, the other thing that I have to mention right here is the leopard chairs. They are the host and hostesses chairs. They are leopard and match the little leopard print on our sofa, and as you can see, there is a theme going on throughout the house. And I also want to mention the drapery panel right here on this side of the room, because it is the same drapery panel that was used for the pillows in the living room. As you can see, it's very easy to have a very cohesive look in your home if you just keep an eye for those little details that really can make your home look collected, as if you collected it throughout the years. I really do believe that a home that is a home, a house is just a home until you actually put people living in it, but it's the people's stories inside the home, and the way you tell the story is by collecting your items. So I really encourage you to go out and shop for things that you they call your eye and that you love, because if you love it, then it works. There is no rules against decorating when it comes down to the things that you love, because at the end of the day, you're the one that has to live in it. So what do you guys think so far? Don't you think this is a very cohesive look? I love it. And now Jamison's gonna talk to you about the tables that we put together, so stay tuned. So it is about 9 o'clock in the morning, and I'm heading out to the gym, which, oh, okay, hang on. So another box has arrived as I'm heading out to the gym. This is going to be our table, and I'm super excited. It's a round glass table. We're gonna take it inside, and the little apartment is coming together, and I'll show you what it looks like. It's way heavier than I thought, because it is made out of glass, and the base is made out of wood, so it's pretty heavy. We're going to put it together, put the chairs around it, which we also got a few days ago, so I'm super excited about that. And then I will share with you guys what it looks like. It's coming together, and we're so excited. because it has been a long way coming, and I'm just so glad that this piece of furniture were super affordable, which I want to mention. Sometimes we can find some of these items on whether it's Amazon or Wayfair or any of those websites, and so far we've been pretty happy with what we gotten. So we're going to continue showing you guys what we get and how we style it, so stay tuned. Now, you know that I love to give you tips and tricks on how to decorate your home so that you don't break the budget. Now, keep in mind, I'm always telling you, budget is subjective. My budget is not the same as yours, but it's always a budget, right? And one of my best tips and tricks to decorate your home on a budget, it's using green plants. I love using green plants. It brings some life to your apartment and or your home, and it really makes it look alive. So now let me share with you how I prep my plants to decorate with them. Okay everyone, so I want to talk to you real quick about all the plants that I purchased and the containers that I put them in. I'm going to show you around as I place them around the house, and I'll explain a little bit more, but I just want to mention real quick, this particular container right here with this beautiful fern came from Goodwill. Goodwill also has a great selection of containers that are well, decent price, and they also have a great selection of baskets. I was there and I saw some baskets, and as you guys can see, this particular fern right here came on a basket. So baskets are a perfect way to put your plants, and you want a container that you can take the little container out so you can water it and then disguise that plant with a container, because it's kind of unsightly, really, to be honest. So you want to find something that your plant fits right in right here. Also, I want you guys know that I am obsessed with blue and white, so I put these two little plants in this cute little blue and white pot that I'm going to show you a few more tricks as we go and we place them around the house, and so you can plant them and they'll be easy to water. Now the other thing is that these plants right here come with a little tag. I think I already took them out, but they all come with a little tag that tells you the instructions on how to keep them fresh. Most of the time, what we do wrong is that either we water them too much or we don't water them enough. So right there it tells you how much water and how often. This type of plants, they are indoor plants. They just like to live in a damp soil, so you have to keep the soil damp. Don't let it get too dry, but then also don't overwater it because you might drown your plants. But all of that information comes on the little tags inside the little plants right here. The other thing is that they are indoor plants, therefore they need shade, and a lot of the times we can put them by the window, or if you put them by the window, that means that it has too much light and it might burn your plant. And if you put them in a corner, it might mean that it's too dark. So also you have to be really careful on how and where you place your plants. So now I want to show you real quick. I'm gonna clear this space right here, but I have this plant that came on this container, and also it's one container that you can use, but it's a very basic plastic container. And I found this urn at Goodwill, believe it or not, when I was looking for items there. And I'm gonna show you this plant right here is just way too small for it and it looks unfinished. But now I'm gonna show you a trick on how to make this plant look just right. Keep watching. Okay, so now I want to show you real quick how we're going to make this plant look finished and complete on this container. As I told you, it is a little big right here around the rim, but we're going to fix that. I'm going to move this to the side so I can see you by using a few items. The first thing is that I want to mention, I already went ahead and filled up my urn with some plastic bags. It is up to here because this is a really deep urn, and actually I'll plan to use this for a Christmas tree this year. It's going to be gorgeous. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to place our plant, and we want to make sure that we push down to where the rim sits even with our container. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a few more plastic bags without damaging the leaves. And what you want to do to make it even is you want to put, remember, what happens on the right happens on the left. So immediately I'm going to spin to this side, and then I'm going to go ahead and put this other plastic container right here. You want to make it accessible for when you have to water your plants. I have a schedule that every Monday I take all of my plants out and I water them. So that way I have to do this procedure every week. But you know what? It's worth it because that way I get them all at once and make sure that they're all gonna survive. You might want to roll it a little bit and then go around right here and then poke in like this. So now that our plant is secure, and not only is secure, but it filled in the rim of my container, I'm gonna bring some of this green moss. And remember, I love this moss from Walmart because it is very inexpensive. And what I'm going to do is I'm gonna push some of this moss around the perimeter of my plant, and that's gonna make it, this is gonna make the plastic disappear, and it's make my plant look finished and beautiful. Look how pretty that is. It gives it that pop of green, and it is so affordable to do. This whole bag of moss was only about $6. If you have a few plants that need this treatment done, it's only about $6. And as you guys can see, it really finishes the look of any plant that you may have that is too small for any container. Okay, so we are back in our entryway, and as you guys can tell, this plant really makes a statement. It will continue to grow and it will continue to elevate. However, right now it's perfect symmetry right here on the entryway table. I love the urn because it does give it that old world feel. Remember, my style is very eclectic, which means everything goes. As long as I love it, it works. And I want to talk to you about that real quick as well. No, don't let anyone tell you about trends and about design styles. Whatever you love, if you love it, that works for you, because at the end of the day, you are the one that has to live in the home. So for me, a collection of beautiful things really is what makes my heart sing. And as you guys can see right here, the height is the same. It has perfect symmetry. And that is something that I do want to mention, is that we're always looking for symmetry, which means if you part this in the middle, there is the same amount of items on one side and the other one. If I was to split right here in the middle, there is all the way from the top to the bottom, all the way, it's an item, two items, there's an item, two items. This picture splits in the middle all the way to the floor with the ottoman. So well, going back to the plant, I really love this look. It will continue to grow and fill in, and I just think that the moss really gives it that punch of color for summer. I'm gonna take you into the dining room now, and I'm gonna show you what I did there with the plants. I cannot tell you how much fun we're having, as you guys can see, moving furniture around, putting furniture together. I had no idea what so much work, but it has been a process, and I really always wanted to share with you all of it, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I really hope that you are having as much fun as we are. Please be sure to leave me a comment down below and let me know if you've ever moved and from what state or town to what state or town. I'm having a lot of fun reading your comments. So it's official. We are leaving my brother's apartment. I want to share with you how far it is to get to from his apartment to ours. Is literally 1, 2, 3 buildings down on the apartment complex. And so we stayed with him for these past 2 weeks as we got our apartment ready and our furniture got here. But I just want to share with you, Jameson right here in the back is bringing all of the clothes. Finally, we're cleaning his apartment because we officially moving to ours. But I just want you to see how close it is. Right now we are waiting for our bed to arrive so we can put it together. The mattress already has been airing out. You have to let it inflate for 3 days. So we already done that. We're almost there. I'm getting winded, and I went to the gym this morning, but I want you to see how close it is. So basically in the morning, because my brother doesn't drink any coffee and we come to our apartment, we get a cup of coffee, and then we'll go back to his apartment because he has the internet and our clothes are there, and that's where we basically are staying. But we are here already, so I'm gonna share with you real quick. I'm gonna flip the camera around. So here we are. We enter right here, and right now we're going to put our little dining room together, and then we're gonna pitch all of the boxes, and we're going to hopefully get our bedroom. I'll show you over here. So hopefully we'll get our bed today, because like I said, the mattress has been inflating for a few days. But now I have to go help Jameson bring all of the clothes into this apartment. So we're going to go back out and we're going to go get all of those clothes unloaded from the car and put into a closet or a room. We'll deal with it later. And here comes Jameson.
The beginning. Here we go.
Here we go.
Next chapter.
I am heading out to check out some antique stores, some thrift stores, and some consignment shops for a few accessories around the house. I have a lot of things in San Diego still, so I'm really not trying to buy more of the same that I already have. I still have to go to San Diego and pick through all of those things to decide what is coming to Tennessee and what's going to be either donated or perhaps even given away to some people around the area. But when you move, you do need a few accessories for around the house. And so because we are on a smaller budget, because we're going to only be here for a year, finding in antique stores and then consignment shops is my favorite thing to do. So let's head out and see what we can find. Okay, we have arrived at our first location, and then also tomorrow we're going to go to the at home in Mount Juliet here around Nashville with my brother because I'm looking for some area rugs for the dining room and then also for the living room. But right now I'm gonna go inside and see if I can find some accessories. Okay, so I did find this little dish that has blue and white, and I think this is perfect to put like your jewelry in the bathroom. So we're gonna take this home and style it, and you guys know that I'm obsessed with blue and white. All right, I did find a few things, just a few, not really nothing special, but I wanna share with you. So I found this crystal little cup. Now, when you see stuff like this, you really sometimes don't know what to do with it, but this I'm gonna use in my bathroom to put the Q-tips in on my silver tray. I will show you when I get home. And then also I did go ahead and get the little dish. Once again, this is to put your trinkets at night, your jewelry, my watch, my little bracelets that I wear. I love it because it has a blue and white design. It's flat and it's going to look super cute in the bathroom as well. I also, I was not looking for a pair of jeans. However, I did find a brand new pair of jeans, Levi's, for only $6. So I had to get them, you guys. I tried to stay away from the clothing department, but it always fails. All right, so I'm gonna drive home, clean these items, and share with you what they look like. Keep watching. So that was kind of a bust and a waste of my time, but at least I know not to come back to this particular store. I couldn't find anything, and I'm trying to not buy anything I don't need. That is the secret, because I feel like that's how we end up with a whole bunch of things that we don't need. It happened to be in San Diego. Now I have to go back and declutter all of that and pick through it. So I'm not going to buy anything I don't need or that I feel and believe it is too expensive and is not worth your time. You have to be careful also because sometimes these places mark up the things and you can go buy similar things at Ross or Target brand new for the same price. So now I'm gonna head out to just one more to see if I find the things that I'm looking for. If not, I'm gonna call it a day and we'll go to at home tomorrow in Mount Juliet. So keep watching. Chuckily! Ah, there you are. There you are, buddy. Hey, Chuckily, Chuckily, Chuckily. Oh my God, look at him shake. Oh my God, look at him shake. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Oh my God, Chuckily. Oh my gosh. How you doing? Chuckily. Chucky.